Ciao Calcio lovers from all over the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well and prepared for a new type of videos. For some people I have to say welcome back on the channel, especially for the Juventini that are here. But for other people I have to say welcome for the very first time on the channel. This is usually a Juve channel. I can't hide that I am a big Juventino. I love Juve with all my heart, but once a week I wanted to do something else for the Juventini to understand absolutely what is going on, not only with their favorite team, but also for the other people that are living and consuming calcio 24/7. So I was looking for some information, and we know, especially during Mercato, the news are coming from every single side of the world. Difficult to keep the pace with everything. So imagine if we have to do it with not only our favorite team, but also with all the other teams. Because of course, football, you are playing with 11 people on the field plus the subs, but you're also playing versus other teams. And the mistake that we are often doing is that we are looking at our team and we say, yes, we are stronger than last year, so let's go. We will win. We will be top 4. We will avoid relegation. We will whatever. But we are not looking at the competition. I found a very nice Twitter page that is called Italian Football News, Foot Italia. You can find them really easily. Also, the link is into the description. I understood really fast that they are speaking not only about one single team, but they are trying to speak about every single team. So, in partnership with them, I will try to go from last Saturday until yesterday, 1 week of football news, every single team. We start with Sunday the 26th and immediately 2 news that are regarding AS Roma. For the people that are a bit skeptical, I will try to be honest, and I'm sure I will succeed, honest, neutral and objective calcio fan more than a Juve fan. So we start with Cristiano Ronaldo. Big news coming from Manchester United. He wants to leave. He's not happy with the team there after 1 year of leaving Juve. A lot of teams has been linked with him. Chelsea, for example, even Bayern Munich, but in Italy they are speaking, especially in the beginning of the week, of Roma. Is it possible or not? Big question mark. Of course, the entourage of Cristiano Ronaldo are denying the news. Will he come or not? Big question. Do you guys see him joining Italy? I know that later in the week there were also some links to Napoli. Hey, Napoli fan, Roma fan, is that possible? Are you dreaming of Cristiano Ronaldo, or is it a big no? Continuing with Roma, the last news of Sunday the 26th, Houssem Aouar, a player from Lyon that was linked to Juventus years ago. At the end, he didn't succeed. This time, he is in the focus of Roma. The profile of Aouar is very popular at Roma. From what I know, 20 million for a player is really a bargain if he can reach the level he had 2-3 years ago. On Monday, the 27th, the first news is that Paris Saint-Germain has offered 60 million plus Draxler for Skriniar. We know that is already some weeks that Paris Saint-Germain is on the Inter strong defense. Inter, they are keeping their point of view. They want a lot of money, preferably 70 million cash, and they don't want to go down. Of course, they have one of the best defenders of Serie A, or maybe even the world. They want that money. They need that money to continue buying and building the team to give to Simone Inzaghi. Draxler, interesting or not, according to me, it's a finished player, and Inter would absolutely not do well accepting that offer. We continue with the same day with Francesco Acerbi, the defender from Milan, that said apparently yes, the defender of Lazio that said apparently yes to Milan after the auto goal of last year. Guys, it is what it is. It happens. De Vrij did the same when he was playing at Lazio for Inter. Guys, it happens. It is football. They will negotiate with Lazio to find an agreement. He still has a contract, so they really need to negotiate between Milan and Lotito. Domenico Criscito, he's going to Toronto with one of his friends, Lorenzo Insigne. What a big party for Lorenzo Insigne in Toronto. Hello to our Canadian friends. But he said that he had a lot of offers of Italy, but I didn't want to play against the team of my heart, that is Genoa. Beautiful romantic choice of Domenico Criscito. Italian news continue with Milan that are interested in Paris Saint-Germain defender Abdou Diallo and the player from Bayern Leverkusen, the defender Piero Hincapié. I don't know, to be honest, these players, even if Diallo, I heard about it. The other one from Bayern Leverkusen, I don't know. But the strategy of Milan is working. We saw that they won the Scudetto last year with some players that a few years ago or even this year were quite unknown for the mass. The strategy, will it continue or not? Indeed, Di Marzio is saying that they are on these unknown player that can have a really great profit in the future. Tuesday 28, Divock Origi has completed his medical in Milan. We saw the pictures of Origi in Milan. It's not a myth, it's not a legend. He was physically for real in Milan, but the problem is that at today, Origi has not been announced. Question why? I can't answer. Maybe our Milan fan can answer us that question. I'm quite curious because we know that in the past some players like Patrick Schick did his medicals at Juve and at the end he failed. Did Origi failed or not? I don't want to scare our Milanista friends. We continue with the other news because the Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio, they approved a new way of Serie A, or at least for the winners and the one that are battling for relegation. If two teams are equal points at the top of Serie A or in relegation zone, these two will have to play una finale, a final, playing against each other 90 minutes with some extra time and probably also some penalties for the real winner. So not like in the past they had to look at the points they did versus each other, the matches before, and then going with other really strange algorithms like the goals and so on and so on. No, it will be a final, and that's really beautiful for the entertainment, for the show of Serie A. Imagine, last day, a final between two teams to win the Scudetto. Mamma mia! Italian football news continue reporting the words of Di Marzio, saying that Fiorentina are very close to sign Luka Jovic on a loan from Real Madrid. That would be really beautiful. It reminds me a bit like when Cassano came from Real Madrid to Sampdoria, even if I have to say that Luka Jovic is still a great player that can do the difference and even more than Piontek at Fiorentina. Pay attention to that. The big name, Koulibaly from Napoli. At this time, Koulibaly is giving precedence to Napoli. He wants to extend, or at least he wants to find an agreement. Spalletti wants to keep the player. It has always been rumored that Spalletti is ready to leave Napoli if they sell them Koulibaly. Pay attention to that because Juventus is pushing really hard for the Napolitano center back. Will he leave or not? A lot has to be discussed with De Laurentiis that knows that it's the last year of Koulibaly. Let's see what will happen with that news. And on Wednesday 29, we start with Pietro Pellegrini, one of the young promises of Italian football that decided to leave Serie A back then to go to Monaco to try. Some injuries stopped him from becoming one of the best Italian striker. He's coming back to Serie A and he will play at Torino. Let's follow him up because I'm sure he has a lot of things to give. Milan and Puma have announced a long-term extension to their deal, which is reportedly worth 30-35 million per season. We are still really far from the top clubs in Europe, but still 30-35 millions are not bad for Milan that are continuing with Puma. By the way, the shirts for the new season are already leaked. Go and watch them. Some are beautiful, some a bit less. Lautaro Martinez, he confirms that it makes no sense to leave Inter. He's at the top level here and he wants to stay because he's feeling also loved by the fans. Lautaro is definitely happy at Inter. Speaking about Inter, a lot of news because probably they are the team that announced the most players in Serie A at the moment. It is official, Lukaku is back at Inter on a 1-year loan. So from Chelsea, 1-year loan. It's a dry loan, so no obligation to buy, no option to buy. I have the feeling that next year Inter will do everything they can to really permanently try to sign Lukaku and not send him back. He wanted to come back. We already know it since so many months. Will he make the difference or not? Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking a lot about him, showing that he's training because he wants to become again the capocannoniere of Serie A. Let's see what will become with Lukaku that is training hard. At least it's fine to see a Belgian player because I'm living in Belgium, to see a Belgian player with a smile. Hopefully, for me as a Juventino, he will not win the Scudetto again. Let's see Fiorentina continue for great players now that they, of course, and finally extended Italiano as the coach. I told you about Jovic, but also about Dennis Praet. Dennis Praet, another Belgian player that has a lot of qualities. Can they go for the Belgian player? Dennis Praet can do really the difference in the midfield there. Good player or not? Let me know. I like him. I really like him. And then we continue on the same day with Gianluca Scamacca, that is, according to me, doing a mistake. I'm not sure. The player of Sassuolo is closer and closer to go to Paris Saint-Germain. They already agreed the terms with the Ligue 1 champions, and I can say that for me it would be a real big mistake. Being behind the Neymar, Mbappe, Messi would be really difficult for him to find a space. I would have continued in Serie A because there were a lot of teams interested in him. Let's see what it will be there. And Ziyech, a top talent that is not finding the starting role in Chelsea or with Chelsea, is looking to sign with Milan. Also there on a loan. The problem at the moment is the salary that is quite high, 6.5 million. It's a lot for the player. Yeah, let's see, because now we know also that Milan is doubting between Dybala on a free or Ziyech. I have to say that Ziyech could be a real beautiful name for Milan. We continue with the other news. Sven Botman, from one player that is maybe coming to Milan, one is saying goodbye. The player that was actually linked with Milan since so many months, at the end he has chosen for Newcastle, not for the money, but because of the prestige of Premier League and the project that Newcastle showed them. I don't know what is the project, I have no idea, but anyway, we'll go there, not for the money, absolutely not for the money. We continue for the next one. The first day of Serie A will be Milan versus Udinese. The last game of game day one will be Juve versus Sassuolo. A lot of beautiful games also there, and we start on the August the 13th at 6:30 p.m. Italian time. What about Inter? Because they continue, they didn't stop. They also signed a young promise, Aslani. We know that Inter had some difficulties without Brozovic when he was absent, suspended, and so on. Now they have maybe one of the beautiful replacement for him. Aslani can be a really beautiful name for Inter. We continue with agreement reached between Maldini and Milan. They waited until the last second to extend him. There were a lot of talks there. Not really beautiful how they communicated. I didn't really feel the passion and the love. It's a real pity because Maldini, I believe, with everything that he did for Milan until now, since he's in charge, he did really beautiful things. Anyway, I'm happy to see these kind of legendary players continuing with their club. Friday, we are going towards the end of the video. That is really long, I have to admit, but we had so many news to talk about. Boca Juniors are working on Arturo Vidal from Inter. It's always strange for me to say Arturo Vidal from Inter if I know what he gave to Juventus. Inter fans, if you are there, let me know on the comment section, because I want to know how you recap Arturo Vidal at Inter. I know you will tell me you are so lucky when he scored versus Juve, but are you happy with the years of Vidal at Inter? I believe it was 2 years, yes or no? But anyway, he wants to leave and he will probably leave. We continue again because it's not over. Inter, they signed so many players this week, not only the one that we already mentioned, but also Onana, goalkeeper. Will he be the number one or will it still be Andanovic? Let's see. Hopefully they don't, for them, not for me, but hopefully they don't do the same mistake that Paris Saint-Germain did with a lot of competition between the two first goalkeepers. Onana could be a good one. Anyway, it will be better than Radu, that we don't forget he made Inter lose the Scudetto with that really strange back pass. Mkhitaryan will be there as well from Roma on a free. For the people that are loving Genoa, we have Gallardo, that will also him continuing his coaching career. He will be the coach of one of the youth teams. Grande Gallardo, I'm happy for him. Palermo has been bought over by Manchester City Group. A lot of cash will go there, so expect Palermo to really soon be again where they deserve. It means in Serie A. I am Sicilian as well, so I love a Sicilian team in Serie A. Let's see. Can they repeat what Manchester City did in a few years in Serie A? Big question, guys. I will tell you the name that is exciting me the most for a Juve fan, from a club that is not Juve. It's the one of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, I hope I pronounced it well. Guys, note the name, remember the name, mark it on a paper, because he can do really well at Napoli, and they officially announced him. Welcome, Kvicha. Let's see, and then we finish with the last day on Saturday. Ranocchia, Cragno, Carboni, Sensi, they are all confirmed. Now Monza are trying to go for the dream that is Dybala and Icardi. Mamma mia. Guys, I am laughing, I am mocking maybe, but pay attention, because Berlusconi and Galliani, they did crazy things. If you are speaking about the 80s, coming with helicopters and with big names coming out of these helicopters in the middle of San Siro. Can they do it again at Monza? Dybala and Icardi? That would be crazy. The percentages are really low, but you never know. Roma, that according to me can really fight for that top 4. Roma reached the agreement for Ziyech Çelik. Pay attention to that player that is coming from Turkey. I don't know him really well, but I heard some beautiful words about him. Stefano Sensi is joining Monza on loan. We already spoke about it when we were speaking about Monza. Sensi, if not injured, can be a beautiful promise of Italian football. We were speaking really highly about him. He's coming from Inter on loan, maybe the season where he can go back at his standards. Andrea Belotti, without a beautiful goodbye from Torino. Torino didn't say goodbye in a beautiful romantic way. 7th season at Torino, where at a certain moment he even peaked at 100 million market value. He's leaving for free. They are speaking about Monaco. Some people are denying it. Will he go away from Serie A? That's a big question. But Golini is going to Fiorentina. I told you, Fiorentina, from the moment that they extended Italiano, they are going full power. Golini from, if I'm not wrong, Atalanta can be a really great name. And then we finish with one of the last news, or maybe the last news. Igor Tudor, ex-coach in Serie A, is now going to Marseille. I believe he can do really great there, and he's looking for another free agent. We are speaking about Dries Mertens, that probably will not extend with Napoli. They are still in pourparlers, in some talks, but he could be far away. Ciro Mertens could be far away from Serie A and going to Igor Tudor. Let's see if that will happen, together with Mattias Vecino, also him ex-Inter. Guys, Calcio lovers, I spoke a lot, long video, with a lot of rush. Let me know what you believe of the concept. I know that in this first video there will be a majority of Juventini. Also you Juventini, did you like to know what the other competitors of Juve are doing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you appreciate the initiative, but also thank you. Thank you to Foot Italia. They are doing a really great job. Follow them on Twitter, but also on their site, www, like the boomers are saying, .footitalia.com. That is really well done, with some beautiful animation. You can look by team, you can do whatever you want. Go for it. Grazie, forza, calcio.